I've never seen someone ice rosé, but...
You've never seen someone ice rosé? Well, talk to every jeweler in Miami that has fake diamonds.
Really, they do that?
Nobody got that joke.
And the closest you can ever get to feeling like you in this water with me right this very second is when you press play. Track number 1, Set in Stone, July 17th. So if you got my very first album, this will be my 12th. And this is what you call luxury rap, and this is the closest you will ever get to swimming in this water with the boss, baby.
Big money, luxury, and business moves.
Glory though, morning glory. What it is, Monday morning? Yeah. What we doing today? How we turning up? What new money we talking about?
Rick Ross came into Set in Stone with plenty to say, and one of the biggest talking points is that his long-running feud with 50 Cent is still very much alive after all these years. Back in January 2009, Mafia music leaked online, and that record is where Ross first took a shot at 50 Cent on wax. This rivalry goes all the way back to 2009, when the two turned their disagreement into one of hip-hop's most talked about battles.
Google search says that your net worth is $150 million. Is that accurate?
They said it, duh.
Being a hoe is when they
I would. I let them knock the Mario coins out of me. Oh, I would. And it's good. I speak across the room.
To me.
So love.
Montana done came to me and we done had conversations. Nigga, listen, we ain't on no I'm not on no disrespectful. Montana real. Ricky Rose, you know me. You know I love to be disrespectful. That's what I am. But my nigga, listen, it's deeper than rap. It's deeper than rap, homie. This is the first time I said this. Montana with you the long way.
Decide to tell the DJ not to play Drake's vocals on Aston Martin music.
Let's enjoy it without him. If they want it, let them sing it. And that's cool too. But yeah, my DJ minus that. Let's go. Today, me waking up from a nap, I just realized BBL Drizzy called his mommy on me. He shared their text messages between each other. Cupcake Drake, tell your mama you stayed out past your curfew, white.
Ever seen anybody confront Rick Ross about you?
Not in person, no. Anytime I'm around, he disappears.
Like, hey, why are you running around with this dude's name when this dude's out of jail now?
Well, you know, these guys, like we talked about, when you got some money, they don't care if you be making them lick tampons. You know, everybody.
I want to do Aston Martin music minus, minus Drake vocals. So no Drake vocals.
Most people assumed enough time had passed for both sides to move on, but this new album makes clear the tension has never fully disappeared. Before getting further into it, a quick thank you to everyone supporting the channel.
Slab, I'm handling some motherfucking business, homie. I hope you calling about money. What you calling about then if it ain't about no money? You know I only like to talk about money, but since I love you, what else you talking about other than money?
Figures, how'd you get there?
It's called hustling nonstop. I have 25 ventures and partnerships. Just got back from Dubai. I'm going to Canada Friday. Tonight we in the club out here in the strip club. We performing. Itself will cover all my expenses for the year. It's just that consistent nonstop bounce.
That's my car. That's my car. Don't worry, you're gonna get that car someday, Ricky.
He raps, you get punched in the face on some TLC shit, and TLC has 3 different meanings here, so pay attention. TLC, like the wrestling event where guys are obviously getting punched and they're fighting, you gonna need a chili ice pack for your left eye. So TLC this time is referring to the iconic R&B group, 2 members from this group whose names are Chili and Left Eye. And what's also crazy, the 3rd meaning of TLC, tender, love, and care. And the backstory behind all of this, Drake is rapping about an event that took place when Rick Ross got pressed after playing Not Like Us, and he just so happened to get punched on the left side of his face.
Rick Ross flew commercial this week.
Oh man, poor guy.
We ain't hired like Rick Ross in the airport neither. It's all good. Heading back to New York. Let's go next.
It didn't seem to me like he was hiding because he was taking a commercial flight.
Rick Ross looked so depressed to be flying with y'all junkies.
Uncle Murder, you ain't never killed nothing. But what I want to do is give you and all your kids a free cleaning. Free teeth cleaning. I know what 50 going through right now. He may not be in the mood for this, you know, Daphne Joy.
That put a wet towel over his head.
For the ones want to know where my jet at, I obviously didn't get the memo. It's being updated with Starlink. And I chose to fly commercial to Colombia to go party with Trick Daddy. When Ricky Rose takes flights to 6 digits. I'm going to get some Mounion.
Wait, too, you worked, I don't know if you want to talk about it all, because were you a correctional officer at one point?
I was, yeah.
So going all the way back, when was that? How long ago?
Maybe when I was 20.
20 years old?
Yeah. You know, I didn't really get to make it to the prison. Because you got to go through training and all that, and I didn't last long. I may have last 4 months.
Right.
Before they said,
Yeah.
I was a little tardy.
Every like and subscription genuinely helps more than people might realize. Now, back to the music. On Mahogany Caskets, Rick Ross doesn't hide how he feels, coming right out with a direct shot at 50 Cent, making clear this old rivalry is still part of the conversation in 2026. More than 15 years later, the shots are still being fired through lyrics instead of silence, which is exactly why people keep paying attention. Another detail that makes this moment more interesting is T.I.'s appearance on Mahogany Caskets.
Damn, white boy, Kendrick done bust you in the head before y'all even finish the publishing splits.
Is it common knowledge that you mow your own lawn?
I think everybody in Fayetteville, they kind of know when the weather's right and they see that big tractor out there.
You got the tractor? You're mowing your lawn. Like a John Deere or something like that?
One time for John Deere.
Look at it. What kind of rich cut his own grass? Why you out there cutting your own grass?
Got the one with the radio, the AC in it. I tinted the windows.
How many acres you mowing?
Man, I'm not even sure now. I believe close to 400. When I go out and mow the lawn, I had the homies with me too.
You trying to save money, nigga? You don't want to pay for the lawn to get cut, huh? The AC broken in the...
So we got a bunch of other smaller tractors. So when they see the big one out, they know that's the boss.
Dude, that's the friendship I aspire to have.
No, that's a
all
friendship.
Your homies on the weekend, like, yo, what y'all?
Yeah, let's cut the grass. No, that's some of the coolest shit ever. Glory though, morning glory. What it is, Monday morning? Yeah. What we doing today? How we turning up? What new money we talking about?
Ross has just always been one of my favorite rappers ever.
A quick Google search says that your net worth is $150 million. Is that accurate?
They said it, duh.
Never seen someone ice rosé, but...
You never seen someone ice rosé? Well, talk to every jeweler in Miami that has fake diamonds.
Really, they do that?
Somebody got that joke.
It's an AP that I'm rocking. This is green stones, green emeralds. It's just me having fun. That's all it is.
I am fuming. That's a fake watch. That's not a real watch.
How can you tell?
That watch was only produced twice, one in 37mm, one in 41mm. And I know both owners, and they're not Rick Ross.
Well, I guess. Real talk, I'm just
So who impresses DMX right now? Anybody?
I'm surprised you don't like Ross lyrically, man. Ross be
He's all right, man. He just talk about eating and you know, how much can it eat? How much weed can you smoke? I'm like, all right. You got a Maybach, you got the Aston Martin, okay. Good for you.
His feature isn't just another guest verse, since T.I. has had his own public disagreements with 50 Cent, making the collaboration stand out even more. Fans have noticed T.I. recently released several diss records aimed at 50 Cent, so hearing both artists on the same song naturally sparked additional discussion online. Ross keeps his message direct rather than subtle, repeating his feelings without leaving much room for interpretation. Whether people read these lines as serious attacks or just another chapter in a legendary rap rivalry, one thing is certain. This feud refuses to fade away.
Thank you everybody for all the prayers, but I'm gonna tell you, we on the jet and I'm seeing the fighter jet. I see his nose, it's like Tom Cruise from Top Gun. I seen his nose, I'm seeing him in the cockpit. And I'm like, damn. I see his cheeks and nose going back from the G-force. I'm like, damn. And then, hey man, it happened. You know what I'm saying? I can't say what happened, but it happened. Come on, white boy. But we safe, everybody.
If I had to compare the two, I'd say Rick Ross was more like Biggie, Jeezy was more like Pac.
Rick Ross looks more like Biggie.
Rick Ross got lyrics though.
Well, I guess. Real talk, I'm just
So who impresses DMX right now? Anybody?
I'm surprised you don't like Ross lyrically, man. Ross be
He's all right, man. He just talk about eating and you know, how much can it eat? How much weed can you smoke? I'm like, all right. You got a Maybach, you got the Aston Martin, okay. Good for you.
Yo, Rose, what is your true relationship with Drake? Nah, the love is genuine, and it's been like that for close to a decade now since he came in the game. You know what I'm saying? When Drake was just getting on the team, being in Miami, needed a record, I moved for him the same way I moved.
Rick Ross is going broke, okay? And he's now in damage control trying to clean things up, but it's too late. We've already seen how the boss is really getting...
Make all day, at that point, you had to be a top...
Well, some stunners out here.
A top football player in the country.
Yeah. So who's all recruiting you?
Everybody.
What's your question? Did you know Rick while he was working in law enforcement?
He was a correction officer.
So we're clear he was a correctional officer.
Yes, he was.
And every new release gives fans another reason to debate who answers next. Ross also drops a line that instantly got people talking, referencing sleeping with 50's baby's mother across 4 songs. The exact meaning isn't entirely clear, and fans have been debating it since. Looking back at the actual history between Ross and 50,
been there. That's it. The security tell me he shouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing about what was on that video say Rick Ross should have been here doing this.
Imagine if I had the chance to slap 50 Cent with this shit right here. Come get it.
Jose, the history with you and 50, is it better now? You guys now friends, like you guys talk now, or is it still no relationship?
Nah, homie Wash, we've never been cool.
From day one?
No.
This is a big business you guys are a part of. You guys are 2 of the heavyweights in the business.
I mean, what is there to talk about?
A lot of things to talk about. History, the beef.
What kind of history? That he couldn't dress? That's all I used to tell him. Yo, you can't dress. You're not really getting no money. You don't own your masters. Eminem saved you. Dr. Dre saved you. All the big names. Rose did it himself. Came in through slip and slide. I had to build this myself. And I'm not speaking down on him because he live in a 2-bedroom apartment, but...
He lives in a 2-bedroom apartment?
2-bedroom. Catch the alley hoop now. Got him one by Yama, this bitch.
2-bedroom apartment.
Yes, he does. And if he does, what does that say about him? Come on now. Just the alley hoop? Come on now. What does it say about him?
Recently accused you of working as a prison guard at one point, Rick. Is there any truth to that?
No, that's not true. But that's disappointing to hear that he said that. He said that?
I got a lot of respect for a lot of rappers, but I got one guy. He's my favorite person to rap on any song. His name is Rick Ross. We were in the...
I gotta take this to the streets. One question for the coach.
What up?
Are we gonna get a Drake Rick Ross album?
We had that conversation.
Okay.
And it's most definitely under serious consideration.
Yes.
Real talk. We back. You dig?
Hold on. How long has this been in the works, man?
I'm gonna be honest. This just was a quick vibe. Maybe 2.5 months. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 2.5 months.
Do you guys care about album sales anymore?
Of course. This point? As a businessman, you do. That's like niggas selling Jordans.
One of your favorite songs with Drake?
Stay Scheming. I'm gonna say Stay Scheming.
Legendary song. Yeah, you have to put that.
Drake came out. He came out to us. He came out in the streets. He came to us when we put that record together. It was one of those vibes. And that old ass jet you got, they gave it to you free. That's a 1978. Be safe on that, Drizzy. Be safe on that plane. That old God is great. Y'all need to pray for Drake and tell him, park that old ass plane. It's a 1978 cargo jet. People gave it to him free for promo. And I ain't hating, but be safe. If something was to happen to you and I couldn't tell you this, be safe. And anybody getting on it, be safe, man. Wear your seat belts and make sure the oxygen thing's in there, because that shit was just for luggage.
The well-documented public moments actually point the opposite direction. During the peak of their feud, it was 50 Cent who publicly shared content involving the mother of Ross's child as part of their ongoing battle. Because of that history, a lot of listeners believe Ross isn't making a literal claim here at all, but instead using the line as a metaphor for dominating 50 musically.
You listening to this, homie? Listen to me. My nigga, shine. I don't want to see you lose. No real nigga want to see you lose. That ain't what nigga about. This culture, this game, this rap shit, this ain't what it's about. I don't want to see you lose. When I was the #1 nigga in the rap game, I showed niggas.
9 figures. How'd you get there?
It's called hustling nonstop. I have 25 ventures and partnerships. Just got back from Dubai. I'm going to Canada Friday. Tonight we in the club out here in the strip club. We performing. Itself will cover all my expenses for the year. It's just that consistent, nonstop balance.
You're only flying private, huh?
I told myself I would not charter a jet until I was ready to buy it. But I told myself, and I waited those 20 plus years.
Right.
And when it was time for me, it was an investment.
On the internet, Rick Ross is currently going viral because he was caught hiding while waiting for a commercial flight. And this is so wild
frame me because you could never catch me hiding while waiting for commercial flight. You just saw me at the airport.
The follow-up reference to 4 songs has led many fans to connect it to 4 of his best-known 50 Cent dices: Mafia Music, Kiss My Pinky Ring, In Cold Blood, and Pusha Over the Bridge. If that connection is intentional, the message is simple. Ross is reminding everyone this rivalry is still part of his story, and he isn't backing away from it. Another interesting moment comes on Big Fish, where Ross appears to reference one of the biggest controversies of his career. During the peak of their feud,
and 50 lives in a tube. He just did a big documentary on Diddy that blew up. It was a #1 documentary for like weeks.
You just to the Drake stands. Can only imagine what that feels like. Well, I really couldn't. But damn, niggas say 3 albums are trash albums, 2 years too late. Hey man, it was fun while it lasted. You're washed. Where's Iceman? There's Iceman. The throat goats.
Not putting Drake at your level.
No, see, you might be, I could see it in your eyes, you might be confused. If Drake was what he thought, he would have been able to clear all this shit up, address it, and been moved on. I listened to some of it. My engineer was horrendous. They lost an hour of their life for this shit.
Listen to it.
Yeah.
Are they recovering?
Yeah, trauma.
Trauma. It's tough.
50 Cent and members of G-Unit drew attention to records showing Ross had previously worked as a corrections officer, a revelation that quickly became one of the biggest talking points in hip-hop, since Ross had built his music around larger-than-life stories of street success and luxury. Critics argued the discovery didn't match the image in his songs. Supporters believed it didn't change the quality of his music or his impact on the genre. By bringing that chapter up again himself, Ross seems to be flipping an old criticism into another shot at his longtime rival, proving that even now, neither side seems interested in letting this legendary feud fade. Ross also revisits that same corrections officer chapter directly, leaning into it rather than avoiding it, presenting his own side of the story, essentially framing it as, I was just doing my job, regular employment rather than something that should define his entire career. He's also hinted his role involved helping inmates navigate daily life inside the facility, framing the whole experience as a normal job rather than something people should keep holding against him. Whether fans buy that explanation or not, it's clear he's trying to shift the conversation away from old headlines and back onto the music, turning one of the most talked about criticisms of his career into a lyric instead of pretending it never happened. The album also includes a few subtler shots many listeners believe are aimed at Drake, even though Ross never says his name directly. Given how heated their relationships become recently, some fans expected far more direct diss records, especially after Drake referenced Ross on Iceman. Instead, Ross delivers a more indirect message suggesting certain people don't actually want smoke and aren't really from the streets. Lines that immediately sparked speculation, since Drake is frequently part of conversations about growing up outside that lifestyle, leading many to believe the bars are aimed his way. Before the album dropped, Ross had actually told TMZ that dissing Drake wasn't off the table, so fans were already listening closely for possible references.
You gonna press us out in our f***ing city, nigga? What's up? Back up, nigga. What's up, bro? Come on, what's up? Why do you want me right now? Come on, nigga.
Fat ass ain't throwing no blows. Man, Will, they swung on your fat. You ain't done. You stood your fat ass back, man. Your scary ass. Your big fat scary ass stood back. Looking good down from this angle.
He adds more intrigue with a line suggesting he's written some of somebody's rhymes to show them what it could be. A bar that's fueled fresh debate online about exactly who he means and whether a bigger response is still coming. He never clarifies which lyrics he's referencing, so the line has turned into a major point of debate on its own. One theory ties it back to Stay Schemin', where Drake delivers the well-known "You wasn't with me shooting in the gym" line before Ross repeats it later in that same track. Some think that's the moment Ross is hinting at, though there's no public confirmation, so it remains speculation. Still, the lyric lands hard given how long conversations about ghostwriting have followed Drake specifically, with his name almost always surfacing whenever that topic comes up because of past public disputes over songwriting credits. Whether people buy those old criticisms or dismiss them outright, Ross clearly knows the conversation already exists, which is exactly why the line hits without needing to spell anything out. If those bars felt too vague on their own, Ross follows immediately with another clue many fans think points straight at Drake, a Champagne Toast reference right after, which stood out instantly given Drake's long-running Champagne Poppy nickname. Ross never says Drake's name outright, but placing that reference directly after the earlier lines led a lot of listeners to connect the dots themselves. That same theme continues on Maybach Music 7, where Ross raps about being the nicest since before somebody got their license, accusing them of still biting his style and joking he could sue for likeness. With that, Ross appears to question Drake's originality, suggesting his own style has directly influenced others. Whether fans read those bars as a direct accusation or just typical competitive rap talk, they've become some of the most discussed moments on the album, adding yet another chapter to the ongoing conversation between two of hip-hop's biggest names. Ross never clarifies exactly which lyrics he believes were borrowed or influenced by his own work, leaving fans to connect the dots themselves. Even without an explicit explanation, plenty of people already agree Ross has had a real influence on Drake's musical style over the years. One example that keeps resurfacing is a line from Mafia Music, where Ross raps about dropping an album for his dogs. Years later, Drake released an album titled For All the Dogs, and some listeners have pointed to that as a possible connection. There's no public confirmation the title was actually inspired by Ross, but it's become a popular comparison among fans regardless. Ross adds another notable line on Camel Meat, essentially questioning whether someone actually wrote their own rhymes. One of the most recognizable ways to challenge another artist's credibility in hip-hop, which immediately got listeners debating who exactly he meant. He follows with another lyric that sparked even more speculation, referencing someone's opening lines and suggesting they're not as potent as his own. Some fans connect this to the opening of Drake's Iceman, where Drake references Toronto early in the project, leading people to believe Ross is comparing Drake's hometown to his own Florida roots and arguing his side carries more weight. As with several other bars on this album, Ross never confirms the actual target, leaving it open to interpretation. The surprises don't stop there either. On Ring Around the Rosé, Ross includes a line referencing people connected to the Epstein list, a reference that immediately caught listeners' attention given its serious nature. It sparked widespread online discussion, with some fans wondering if it was aimed at a specific person, including Jay-Z, while others read it as more of a broad, provocative statement, rather than a direct accusation against anyone specific. Public records and media reporting over the years have connected various public figures to released Epstein-related documents, though being named in those documents doesn't by itself imply any wrongdoing. Ross doesn't identify anyone directly in the lyric, which has only fed the speculation, especially given his long collaborative history and apparently solid relationship with Jay-Z. Part of what's fueled that particular theory is Ross's appearance on the Joe Budden podcast during the album's rollout, where he was asked why he wasn't at Jay-Z's anniversary concert. His answer struck some viewers as notably brief and reserved rather than warm. That alone doesn't confirm anything happened between them, but it's added fuel to theories that there's more going on behind the scenes than fans currently know. The album also appears to reference former Triple C's member Gunplay, once considered one of Ross's closest collaborators. Rather than delivering a direct diss, Ross seems to allude to interviews Gunplay has given in recent years, where he made comments about Ross that plenty of fans read as critical. Comments Gunplay later seemed to soften or clarify, though the public conversation had already taken off by then. Because of that history, listeners believe Ross may be acknowledging the situation through the lyrics without escalating it into a full-blown attack. Less a direct call-out, more a reminder that old relationships and past interviews haven't been forgotten. Whether or not that was the actual intent, fans have been picking apart every line trying to connect it back to real events. Ross also seems to acknowledge, elsewhere on the album, that he's been paying close attention to what people have said about him. The lyric essentially reading as, "I heard everything, and I didn't miss it." Another surprising name that comes up is DJ Academics. It doesn't read as a direct diss, but Ross raps about asking Academics who really runs the business, a line that caught fans off guard since Academics has generally been viewed as supportive of Drake's career. That's part of why listeners question the reference at all. If you asked Academics who's leading hip-hop right now, plenty of fans assume he'd point straight to Drake, given his commercial numbers and overall influence. Whether the underlying topic is music, business, or popularity, that's the answer most people would expect from him, which is exactly why this particular Ross line has become one of the album's more puzzling moments, with fans split over whether it's sincere, sarcastic, or just more competitive posturing. The album also touches on a widely discussed real-life controversy involving a figure the lyrics refer to as Casso, worth double-checking the actual name/spelling against the source audio before publishing. Ross references reports about Casso's father taking the stand and cooperating with authorities against his own son, framing it critically through a traditional street code lens against cooperating with law enforcement. The full situation is more complicated than a single lyric can capture, and people's opinions on it are genuinely split. But Ross stakes out a clear position in the song regardless, and the bars have sparked their own wave of online debate. As with several other moments on Set in Stone, Ross blends current events, old rivalries, and controversial subject matter directly into his lyrics, giving fans plenty to dissect and argue about well after the album's release. One more thing worth flagging is how Ross handles the topic of cooperating with authorities compared to other people featured on the album. On one hand, he delivers pointed lyrics criticizing Casso's father for his role in that legal case. On the other, some fans have questioned why that same energy doesn't seem to extend toward Gucci Mane, who's also been the subject of long-running public debate over past events. A comparison that's circulated among fans for years, with opinions still divided and plenty of disputed details involved. Fair or not, that contrast has become its own talking point around the album. Some think Ross is simply telling the stories he wants to tell, others think it comes down to personal relationships and the value of having certain major names appear on the project. Either way, it's another example of how this album has sparked conversations reaching well beyond the music itself. And that covers every major diss, jab, and controversial lyric people have been buzzing about from Rick Ross's Set in Stone. Overall, the album has some genuinely strong moments, even if it isn't perfect. A few tracks didn't do much, but cuts like the Caviar intro and Maybach Music 7 Inches stood out and kept the momentum going. So now it's your turn. Did the album live up to the hype, or fall short? Which diss surprised you the most? And do you think anyone's actually going to respond? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Genuinely curious to hear everyone's take. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe, share it with other hip-hop fans, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.